Hello everyone, Kayla here, and this is What the Kink, a natural hair channel where I share my personal hair journey and tips, tricks, and product reviews to help you with your own. Today we are talking about the African Pride Moisture Miracle Gels. I think it's called Hydrate and Hold. I got all three, and let me tell you, it was a journey to get here, to get all three and to use them. They are all empty to produce this video. First of all, I saw one video of someone review it on YouTube and I said, interesting. Then I went to the hair salon and got my hair done. My hairstylist said, have you tried the gel? And I was like, no, because I can't find it, period. And then I saw another person review it. Again, another review of the original. At this point, we're just talking about the original. And in the comments, Good Sis said Dollar General and said multiple varieties. So we have $3 Generals in our city. I went to one and I looked up and I found all three of them. This is an 18-ounce gel. They're $4 in my area, but of course with the drugstore stuff, you know, the prices be varying. So I just because I paid $4 don't mean you gonna pay $4. And I think it, just for the sake of doing what I normally do, per ounce is like 22 cents. You're paying nothing, basically. You're paying nothing. But let me tell you what I got. So this is the original. This one is the aloe and coconut water. Okay, this is the original. And then this one is the, let's do in the order I tried it. I think this one was, yeah. Okay, this is the olive oil and tea tree. Okay. And then, of course, the last one that I used, this one is the black castor and jojoba oil. So all of them are very similar. There's just like slight differences in like the colors and stuff like that, but they're very like the no label is really like that one's different colors, and then of course they have pictures of whatever is supposed to be in the particular gel. You know what I mean? Okay. So first things first is the ingredients. I'm sure you guys are wondering, like, how are these different from each other? That's what we wondered about Eco Styler, right? The first four ingredients of all of them is exactly the same. So I'll take it from this one, okay? Water, glycerin, polysorbate 20, and PVP. So yeah, already I was like, okay, I see PVP. This ain't gonna be no hard hold on my hair. My hair does not tend to react super like strong hold to PVP, so I'm like, it's probably about a level 8. Plus, like I told you, I'd watch other people's reviews. I was like, yeah, this is about a level 8. And then it's glycerin is really high up, and y'all know I live in Central Florida, so I was like, child, don't play me with this glycerin. Now the fifth ingredient is where they vary. So on this one, the black castor and jojoba oil, ingredient number 5 is castor seed oil. And then on the olive and tea tree oil one, I believe ingredient number 5 is the olive oil. Let me double check. I don't want to be lying. We're going to do a video. Let's do it right. Yeah, olive oil. And then this one on the original, ingredient number 5 is coconut liquid endosperm. I'm glad I did this one last. So I did have to look into that one because I was like, that just sounds weird. On a childish level, I looked it up just because it sounds weird. Now, my husband has a degree in chemistry, and prior to that, he was going to school for biochemistry. So he knows a lot about like human body, plants, what life type stuff. So I said to my husband, I'm like, what is endosperm? And he gives me this really, really long answer, y'all. That's really, really crazy. But in short, what he was saying is the endosperm is the nutrients that's surrounding the embryo. You know, so like for instance, if you have an egg, the endosperm is all that stuff that's inside the egg, because the baby chick would be, you know, chowing on that. So with a coconut, it would be the inside of the coconut. So that would be like the water and the meat. And so we don't know if what they have in here is water or if they ground up the meat part. But if they use the green coconuts, which a lot of beauty brands do, it's probably coconut water, because there's not really a lot of meat in a green coconut. And let me see what they, on my picture, what they put. Well, they just put a regular coconut picture just to be cute. I was like, did they put a green coconut on here? But it says coconut, aloe and coconut water. So more than likely, they probably just use coconut water for their endosperm. So if you are hardcore with the oils and butters in the top 5, you're going to want to go with the original one, because that is the one that does not have any oil in the first 5 ingredients at all, because it's coconut water. So there's that as far as the ingredient difference. And then the only other difference that they have is that they do smell different as well. The original smells like laundry detergent. I do not like this scent. It's extremely strong. And in fact, whenever I had it in my hair, I felt kind of like stuffy, burny, like in my nose, and like a back pre-itchy throat situation. I just didn't feel really good when I was using this. And then after a while, after a couple days, that would go away. But in the season of COVID, I don't need to be feeling like that. So this one, I do not like the scent at all. And then the next one that I tried, I think the olive oil, and I shared this one with my husband because he started using it at this point. This one smells like Trolley bright worm sour gummy candy situation, okay, like a tart berry or a sour candy. It does smell really good. It's really sweet. Again, I think it's a rather strong scent, but y'all, baby, this one, okay, the black castor and jojoba oil, this one just smells sexy. Woo! Oh my god, it's like a spicy body wash type scent. This is my favorite scent of all 3. This one smells so good. Absolutely delicious. So I had to play around with the application of this particular gel. At first I tried to go in with my original old school technique from my 2018 wash and go video. I don't really do my hair like that as much anymore, but I still think it's valid, because someone commented, was like, do you still do this? And I was like, yeah, you know, if I'm using a leave-in, yeah. But anyway, I first of all, on the application, chose not to use a leave-in with these, because again, it was giving big level 8 energy, like big level 8 energy. So I chose not to use a leave-in with them. And then I did my original wash and go routine where I remove the deep conditioner from that quadrant, and then I go in with 1-inch rows, apply product to the root, squeeze and pull until the product runs out, dip back in, apply it, and then I'm going for a feeling of like a coated feeling where my hair feels slippery enough that I can begin to rake through. And then once I get that, I rake through and define the curls and so on and so forth. But I felt like when I did that method, I was having to dip back into that product like it was water, and it was more like, and I love to kind of play a game with my products to see like how far can I get this to go, how, you know, before it runs out. And I felt like I was going back in over and over again. I was losing the game. I was like, I don't like this. And then my hair was laid, but then of course I didn't know the things about after the fact, which I will talk about later in more of a place that makes sense. But of course that wash and go was a little bit more poofy than I would have thought, even though I went in with a lot more gel than I ended up going in the later parts. So I landed on a method that's a mashup between how I do botanical gels and how I do my regular like hard hold gels, because I felt that this product needed a coating already on the strands, mixed with a little bit of water, so that I could then just focus on, when I broke it up, focus on the roots, so that I could get even a part of application and not have to dip back into the jar so much, because that was getting on my nerves. So I do have a clip of me applying gel during my whole journey. I think it was on like my last jar, so I kind of knew what I was doing by then. This is level 8, level 8, level 8. I mean, pretty much, okay? This is a level 8 gel, okay? So all the decisions that I'm making as far as styling and stuff are based on the fact that this is a softer hold of gel, period. So you're gonna see me using quite a healthy amount of this to get the coverage that I need to get the definition that I need. So first of all, my hair does have the Function of Beauty deep conditioner on it, which I put on to take the squeak off of the Pattern Beauty treatment mask, because that super defines my hair, but when you rinse it, oh my god, you have to put conditioner on your hair. So that's what's going on. Full disclosure moment, I'm letting you know because my hair is super defined, and I think part of that is because I use the Pattern Beauty treatment. So I'm going to rinse this out, and then we'll get started with styling with this level 8 hold, okay? Okay, we got the hair free from the conditioner prison. Now we're going to apply this gel like I'm trying to apply some conditioner to deep conditioner or something like that. We are going to get it in there because I have tried several different ways to style with this gel, and I found that this is the most effective way to get the most coverage and to get the best look. So I'm going to apply it like it's a conditioner, which, you know, typically most people go in with a conditioner and make sure it's well coated. And then what I do is, it is a little squishy, like we would want a conditioner to be. We're going to add a little bit more water. Okay, it slightly changes the consistency. It's less goopy and more thin. And again, making sure that we got it up in the hair. Okay, so I feel like I have a good glazing as if I was ready to deep condition or something like that, like I would do with conditioner. So I go in with my traditional 1-inch row method. I try to do the larger rows like I do with like botanical gels and some hard hold gels. I will do that and it comes out great, but this, this didn't come out good like that. So then I go in with a fingertips amount, apply it, and squeeze and pull down the hair. Now, because I have a base of product on my hair, I don't have to dip back in there too much. I'm going to get just a little tap for the mids to ends. But when I did it the other way, I was going into that jar so freaking much. So this is keeping me from having to do that. All right, so I'm raking through until I feel like I get through pretty smooth. And then that's that on that. Now, as I'm styling with this final jar, this particular one looks like brown gel. Y'all, listen, most of us here are black women. We know what the brown gel is, right? I've never actually used the brown gel before because I didn't wear my hair in a way that I would need to use it. But y'all, fun fact, in that video with me and my husband, when he smells a product, he's like, oh, it smells like something. But he didn't say what it smelled like. He didn't want to say it on camera for some reason. But that particular product, which I don't remember which one it was because we smelled 2 products in that video. One of them, he said, smelled like a smell from his childhood, which is burnt brown gel. He said that that's not a stinky smell, but that it's just something from his childhood that he knows what that smell is. I do not know what burnt brown gel smells like because like I told you guys just now, I never used brown gel. But when I was using this, I thought about what my husband said about the burnt brown gel because, honey, this, come on now, you know this looks like the brown gel. You know, it looks just like it. I mean, and they could have made it not look like this. They chose to color it like this because all these gels have dyes in them. They're not actually, if you think they have enough oil in here to make this color, you're all the way asleep. You are all the way asleep. There definitely is not. Now, the less educated shopper, which is not you guys, would probably be fooled by that and think, oh, it has so much Jamaican black castor oil because of the color. No, there's dyes on the ingredients list. They dye it this color. So let me do this row and then I'm going to come up close to the camera and let you guys see what it's looking like with this technique because I know I'm a little farther away from the camera, but this is what I got to do so I can stand in the frame. Don't think I'm going to add any product on this one. It's quite complicated to film in the shower, just so you guys know, trying to get enough hair in or detail. It's like you have to pick hair, length, or detail. Okay, so this is what I have with the wet. Let's face the lights. That's also another issue, filming in the shower. Okay, so let's go ahead and finish this. Like the finished hair shot is never really good, but we're going to attempt to do it again. Okay. So let's talk about the results that I get from this gel. First of all, it's not in my hair right now at all. My husband actually did my hair, y'all. He wanted to wash and condition and style my hair. In the next video after this one, I'll be doing a detangle and talk because I detangled my hair during that day. And I talk about the shampoo and condition part of all of this. But yeah, homeboy has styled my hair, so it's not in my hair. But I do have lots and lots of clips, and I will show you all of that. But before we get into that, we have to talk about it. First of all, it lays down like a typical wash and go, right? But remember I said it had glycerin in it. Let me tell you about this glycerin. Because of the contents of glycerin and where I live, this product has to be fully dried and cured with heat. Like, you got to get under that dryer and let it get dry. Dry. Because I didn't. We went out to eat. We went to the Milk District in Orlando. Shout out to people who go there. Anyway, we were at Dharma Southern Kitchen. They be changing their name so much, y'all. But anyway, Dharma has an outdoor seating area. If you want vegan mac and cheese, check Dharma out. Anyways, so I was there and we were in the outdoor seating, and my hair, it didn't fully reactivate like Uncle Funky's would do, but it reactivated to the point where I felt like there was product on my hair. You know what I mean? And during that first wash and go that I did, I had redone the front part because it was frizzy, and I put product on it dry, and that part felt worse than the other parts of my hair. So my hair, it didn't fully like revert or like lose the pattern or anything like that, but it definitely was affected by the weather in the front part that I had done dry, and that was like, it went right back, it reverted right back. So that was the first thing I learned. It really has to be fully cured and dried underneath a dryer. Then I would say that this is probably a 5-day wash and go. By day 5, it's in a puff. Like, I'm not getting 7-8 days out of this particular gel. It's in a puff. So it is definitely not as strong hold as some of the other gels that we know and love at all. And in the results clips, you're going to see my hair looking bomb, looking laid. So I went back on another wash day to show you a clip of what my hair looked like after that, because my hair looked the best with this gel after one wash day where I had clarified and another wash day where I had used the Pattern Beauty treatment, which I talked about in the application clip. I think I did. I filmed that a long time ago. It took a really long time to finish these gels, girl. 18 ounces, come on. Y'all should have known. But anyway, so yeah, and that was the day that I applied the Pattern Beauty. So the Pattern Beauty always like super defines my hair, and so that's what happened. And so my wash and go was bomb and lasted 7-8 days, whatever, because I had used the Pattern treatment. So and I think that's because this gel leaves a slight bit of buildup on my hair. There's a little something that gets left on it to where I feel like the subsequent wash and go isn't as late as it could be because the product is not adhering to the hair as well. So you need to be someone who is regularly using a good shampoo. At the time, I was using the Function of Beauty shampoo, which is just far too moisturizing. It's not strong enough to remove this from your hair. So if you're using a almost clarifying shampoo on a regular basis, you might be able to get away with using this on a regular basis, and it would be more defined. But that's just something, a warning I need to throw out to the people, that you might not get super defined hair if there is buildup on your hair because this is so thin, and because it's already dealing with a level 8 hold gel. So let's get into those results clips. I wanted to insert this clip so you guys can see what my hair looks like typically with this gel, because clearly that the application and the results and stuff, that was definitely an atypical situation, and this is more representative of what my hair normally looks like with the African Pride gel, no matter which one it is. This is pretty normal for me. As you can see, yes, there's definition throughout. This is day 2, by the way. Yeah, this is day 2. So yeah, there's definition throughout. Let me turn around the back. You can see. And whatnot, but it's very soft. So this definition would typically be, lost by the end of the weekend. So I would normally have my hair in a puff on day, like 4 or 5 or what have you. But there's a cold front this week. It happens to be pretty cold outside and not very moist. So a wash and go like this might actually last the entire week, which is pretty good. But yeah, I just want you guys to see what it normally looks like in these streets when I do an African Pride wash and go. Definitely wearable, definitely like it. It just doesn't last very long. So my favorite of these gels is probably the black castor and jojoba oil, and that is mainly to do with the scent. I absolutely love the scent of it. But performance-wise, they all pretty much perform the same. I just got different results due to, like I said, clarifying or the pattern beauty treatment or what have you. Overall, because I had to do that to get good results, these are just not my favorites. I probably would purchase them if I was in a tight situation and I did not have hair products, because I don't travel with hair products. I do my hair before I go. But if I was in a situation where I needed to buy something really quick, drugstore, I might pick them up if I knew there was a Dollar General nearby. But as far as like in my house here using these, nah, probably not. Now, of course, this video is over, but you don't have to leave. I'm going to put the Function of Beauty review, since it took me just as long and I just mentioned the product in this. And then I'm going to put the video of me and my husband talking about him doing this, or rather him washing my hair, because we had not styled yet at that point. YouTube is going to put something else there until the video goes live, but when it comes out, it will appear there. Subscribe, guys. I post videos every week, and I'll talk to you in the next one.